Ali, welcome to the Roxhill Media 10 to 1.
Thank you very much for having me on, Ray.
No, thank you. So, good place to start is just to give our audience an update on what's been going on for the last couple of months, how things have affected you, and what content you're focusing on, at the moment.
Absolutely. Well, we're FinTech Finance. We're a printed magazine as well as online portal, but we're probably mostly known for our videos. You can see us not at the moment, but a lot of events, running around doing a lot of content. And we're also the guys behind the payments race, which I was so excited this year. We were set to do one around the Seven Wonders. We had a deal with Netflix for distribution, everything lined up, and then a little pandemic came out. So yeah, put that on ice for a little bit.
And literally, I mean, in terms of things like that, I mean, have you got any ideas to when you may get back to getting those plans put back in place?
I think it may be the payments race is a thing where we get a group of people who race from one city to another, and they have a video going live every day. And the catch is they have to only use one type of payment. So last year we had someone travel from London all the way around the world to Amsterdam, the wrong way around, using only Bitcoin. Probably going to be a bit inappropriate to do that over the next year or two. So nothing solid. The biggest change for us, and it's actually been quite positive, is previously we would travel literally all over the world constantly. Now, with the travel restrictions in place, we've had to go on a bit of a hiring spree, in all honesty. So we now have people on retainers in New York, in South Africa, in Australia, in Singapore, who, as soon as domestic travel eases up, they can get the various interviews there. But it is great that we've managed to get quite quickly people on the ground all over the world. So we've gone from being a one country organization traveling all over the place to multiple countries in a very, very short space of time.
That's great news. It's a really interesting way of how to deal with the present situation.
Absolutely. The one thing about us, just to kind of make clear, is we I always find this really interesting with media outlets, and I'm always trying to figure out what the business model is. We obviously make our kind of general rule is that we cover our costs with advertising. But we also do the corporate videos. And if you've got a company that you're working with on a press release or news article or whatever, they probably know a lot about your company. So if you need a corporate video, go to those guys, because we know what PSD2 is. We know the intricacies of GDPR. So there's no having to explain all that again. So yeah, it's going to be a while before we can kind of get back into that setup where we can go to people.
So in terms of the actual PR industry and how they communicate with you, and obviously your new team, what are your sort of deadlines? When are you having your daily meetings? What time of day is best for them to try and contact you with information that they would think you would find interesting?
Well, when I wearing two hats as both a journalist but also running a business, the email is the best. We've got and I hate it's not a dead end, but the email of news@fintech.finance. There's so many filters set up on that, analyzing keywords. So if you send press releases or news to that, it goes to the right people. That's the best one. And if we don't publish it for whatever reason, give us a call. Our numbers are relatively easy to get a hold of. It's all on the website. But give us a call and we'll look at it and go, well, we should have done that, and get it live.
Perfect. So, I mean, what are the good PR stories that you're getting through or have been getting over the last couple of months that you'd like to see more of? Has the actual content changed that during this pandemic?
The start of the pandemic, pretty much every hour, I had a doom and gloom commentary about how this is gonna ruin this is gonna ruin that. And we just stopped publishing them because it was just too depressing. The ones that we've really liked are the ones that you don't are people trying to help, but trying to help in the most efficient way that they know how. We had an amazing press release from our friends at Flock, insurance provider.
Okay.
They do drone insurance, and what can they do? They've basically said, look, if you're going to fly your drone, whether it be for surveillance or whether it be for deliveries, but to help against COVID-19, we will insure you for free. And it's like, I'm not a doctor, but I'm an insurance guy. That's the best way I can help. And it was. There's been a few stories like that. Obviously, the other big one is, obviously, we work in the fintech space. A lot of fintech providers, Capital on Tap, Credit Kudos, 11FS, Fronted, all came together over a long weekend and created a way, which I think is actually being used by HMRC, for if you're self-employed, to be able to show beyond a shadow of a doubt what you've been earning. And it was those kind of stories. Love them. Absolutely love those ones.
Perfect. Okay, so that's good. Good for the our PR industry to know that. Thank you for that. So, how, now looking forward, you've obviously talked about global travel being very restricted, etc. I know events are important in your calendar. How do are you getting any info of how that's going to pan out? Is it still a case you're going to have to wait for a few months before each country sort of decides on what its policy is for international travel, etc., or already you starting to get feedback that these will go online rather than be face-to-face meetings?
Yesterday, I got two completely separate scoops about a very large event within about an hour of each other, saying the exact opposite.
Right.
Nobody knows, and apart from the organizers themselves, if they do. Weirdly, looking at the virtual events, I've been keeping my eye on these, thinking, is this the future? Nobody's cracked it yet. Nobody's cracked it. So I think in a similar way to digital and digitized, it seems to be just trying to take the physical experience and put it online, as opposed to trying to build it up from scratch. So I'm not sold on the idea of these digital virtual events yet. But we'll see how that pans out. Overall, in terms of the industry events, I mean, they will bounce back. The danger, of course, is the longer it goes without having the event, the harder it is to kind of justify the cost behind them. Yeah,
definitely. So going back to you mentioning you had new people on the ground in different countries, how does the PR community pick that information up? Have you listed those people on your site?
We've listed one of them so far. We've got some others being listed very soon. That was, I posted it on LinkedIn, and very quickly. I think this is going to be something that's going to be the case for every single industry. My inbox was absolutely chock-a-block on LinkedIn. I kind of had to turn off notifications because all of a sudden the talent pool opens up all over the world. And for PR, that is incredible, because you can have the most talented PR person working for your agency on the other side of the globe. And you could be the most talented person in PR and work for an agency you never even thought of, again, on the other side of the globe. It really has made the world a much smaller place.
Yes, definitely we're seeing that too. In terms of your print side, has that been affected in the short term?
Initially, in the short term, I've got to give a big shout out to our printers at LA Digital, because they pivoted so quickly, and at one point were turning out about 1,000 plastic masks an hour, because they had all the laser cutters. They just got all of the machines doing that, and then got that doing 24/7. And then at the same time, they were like, "What? We're one of the few printers that are open, so everyone send us your business." So they've actually done incredibly well. The printers themselves, slight delay for getting actually the posted ones out, but now we seem to kind of be a bit more into the swing of things. In fact, I actually had a message about 10 minutes before going on this that we've just had a couple of pallets arrive. So I need to go and sign for those in a wee bit.
Perfect. So the print will continue as normal, because I think you is it quarterly you come out?
It's up. It's got 3 magazines every month now: FinTech, Paterson, and InsurTech. I actually think it's going to. I think it's going to bounce back a little bit. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of print in my personal life, but I see the case for it, and a lot of people like that. And if you're going to do something like, let's say, a virtual event, send something in the post beforehand, and then that way you actually got the physical thing. It's a lot easier to delete an email than it is to have to go and put a magazine in recycling.
Yeah, cool. So I noticed we've only got a couple of seconds left on our 10 minutes. Just, I guess, briefly, how do you see the next few months, panning out for you and what you write about, and any sort of, major change of directions, I guess?
I think the biggest change that we're seeing from a lot of PR people approaching us, it seems to be split two ways very, very definitively. There's one kind of PR agency, I don't want to name names, but be a bit more classy, be a bit more less freebie.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other side, you have some other agencies who have been incredibly helpful. We had someone the other day say, hey, would you want to interview this brand new bank that's launching in June? Of course I would, absolutely. And so they're actually coming to us with opportunities as opposed to, I'll do this for us. That's the biggest difference. And that split seems to have, over the last few months, got even wider.
Got you. So from you, what you're saying is the opportunities are important. So for anyone listening to this, then that's how to approach you, is what are the opportunities out there for you as a media outlet.
Absolutely, yes.
Perfect. Well, listen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great to talk to you. We look forward to catching up again soon.
Brilliant. Excellent. Thank you.